The power of thinking big, right? The power of thinking big and the power of the people around you and how that shapes your thoughts, right? So think about it like this, right? Some of y'all may have heard this before, some of you may haven't, but a fish inside of a fish tank is only going to grow to a certain size, right? But a fish in the ocean or in something around something a lot greater is going to be able to expand much bigger, right? Yo, what's good, family? It's your boy Joe Fit Johnson here, and I'm back at it again with another video. This video is going to be a bit more on mindset than the physical reality. So what I want to talk about today is the power of thinking big, right? The power of thinking big and the power of the people around you and how that shapes your thoughts, right? So think about it like this, right? Some of y'all may have heard this before, some of you may haven't, but a fish inside of a fish tank is only going to grow to a certain size, right? But a fish in the ocean or in something around something a lot greater is going to be able to expand much bigger, right? This is the same thing with our thoughts, right? So if we're around people that have small thinking patterns, right, and small beliefs within, their goals or small goals within themselves or what they can achieve, then you're also going to share the same thought patterns. Whereas if you're around people that are overachieving, right, people that have these high goals and people that are doing a lot more, then you're going to also set the bar high because it's more obtainable to you, right? So a couple of things that you can do to kind of overcome this is separate yourself from the small fish tank, all right? You are allowing yourself to be around these smaller minds, right? If you know and you want greater for yourself, you have to really want it. You have to want it more than hanging out with that friend group. Like, yeah, those are still going to be your friends at the end of the day, but you have to take that space to be able to focus on yourself. You have to take that space to be able to, expand your vision, your thoughts, right? And the way that you can get a bigger vision and see what's all obtainable, maybe you don't live in LA where you can see Lambos driving past you and see young kids, living in penthouses and things like that. But what you can do is you can go on things like YouTube, right, and live through people, right? Get inspired, get motivated, because the thing is, yeah, social media is a highlight reel, but we can also be using it not in a way of comparison and feeling less than, but in a way to get inspired and see what's possible, right? Because we're in a time right now where the digital age has given us an opportunity to become wealthier faster than at any point in history, right? Using things like social media, using things like, creating content, marketing, and using the information that's easily available at our fingertips, right? So there's really no excuse when it comes down to not knowing how to do this, or not knowing how to start a business, or not having anyone to teach you, or not having a family or friends that are financially literate, because you have the resources at your fingertips, right? If you want to get fit, you can go on YouTube. If you want it bad enough, you can go on YouTube and search how to gain muscle, how to cut body fat. Like, yeah, it's going to give you a ton of information, but at least the information is free and you can begin implementing it. Same thing with business, right? If you want to start a Amazon business, e-commerce, if you want to start digital e-com, I already said that. There's so many businesses, right? There's just so many different platforms, podcasts, YouTube, Instagram. There's so many people out here that is giving free value, giving free information, right? It's up to you to take that information and implement, all right? So my suggestions to people, all right? My suggestion to people would be to listen to podcasts, right? Stop listening to so much music. Stop just talking on the phone. Stop just wasting your time, right? Listen to podcasts. Feed your mind with knowledge, new inspiration, and storytelling, right? So I recommend a couple podcasts. Social Proof Podcast is a very, very good one. Gary Vee is good as well, but that's more, very good as well, but Social Proof is better for like inspiration, motivation. Gary Vee has a lot of insight and information, but it's not going to resonate with as many people that I feel like is in my niche, rather than like Social Proof. Social Proof Podcast, look it up. Andy Frisella, 19 Keys, EYL, Earn Your Leisure, Social Proof Podcast, 19 Keys. Andy Frisella is a good one. So just use these resources, listen to podcasts, make the most out of your time. All right, read books. All right, this is something that I started way too late, right? Because in high school and in middle school, like basically we were taught and kind of trained like reading is homework. Reading is a punishment, right? Reading is not something that's going to help us in the real world. When that's false, right? It depends on what kind of books you're reading. So read more self-help books. Read more books that's going to feed your mind, that's going to inspire you, that's going to help you become more financially literate. All right, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read those two, hands down, first books that you should probably be reading just to baby step your way into this. And then things like, I'm actually reading a really good book right now called Happy Pocket Full of Money, which talks about the metaphysical reality, law of attraction, manifestation, mindset. It's so good. I would highly recommend it. I'm about under halfway through, but it's so good. Highly recommend it. The Power of Thinking Big, Compound Effect, Relentlessness. These are all books that I highly recommend, that I've read myself, that have impacted my life greatly. And I believe that if you read these books as well, it will impact your life greatly. All right, so we got podcasts, we got reading. All right, number 3 is spend more time by yourself. Spend more time by yourself and practice saying no. Don't be so available to everyone, right? Don't let people inconvenience your schedule, because you have goals, right? You have to put yourself as a priority, right? So don't continue to allow people to just come and overwhelm you or, disturb your schedule and what you have to do for their selfish needs, right? Unless it's a dire emergency, say no. All right, you don't have to go out to the bar each time. You don't have to go to the club. You don't have to go and to every luncheon and dinner. All right, take the time to get serious and get focused on your goal. All right, seasons of separation is very important. This is the time where you separate yourself from your friends, from your groups, and you take that time, you isolate, you feed your mind, you grow. All right, because in order for a butterfly to grow, they must go into a cocoon. So if you want to grow, you must go into your cocoon and take that time to really educate yourself, make yourself an asset. All right, and by doing these things, you are going to make yourself an asset. You're going to make yourself more valuable. All right, and in that being said, your wealth consciousness is going to shift. Right, you're going to begin to be able to attract more wealth into your lifestyle. Your manifestation is going to become more powerful because you're actually following through on things that you told yourself you're going to do. All right, I'm going to start reading more books. I'm going to start listening to more podcasts. I'm going to start moving their body. I highly recommend, if you're not exercising right now, 2 to 3 days a week minimum, highly recommend take the time to get in tune with your body. That's super essential because it's going to make you feel completely different, not only on the physical side of you getting the results, but internally. All right, being able to go in there when you don't feel like it and challenge yourself, right? Being able to go in there and actually work out when you didn't feel like getting there. That's the biggest problem. That's the hardest thing right there, is getting to the gym. So if you're struggling, my biggest advice to you right now is just to practice getting to the gym. Once you get there, tell yourself 10 minutes. I'm gonna be in here 10 minutes, warm up, stretch. After that, you're gonna be good to go. It's literally the hardest part is getting there. All right, so with that being said, y'all, I hope that these tips, this insight helps some of you. Remember, the 3 things that I said: podcast, books, spend more time alone. All right, seasons of separation. Take this time to create yourself as an asset. The more that you know, the more value that is in your mind, the more value that you have within you, the more valuable other people are going to see you, right? And the more that you're able to help other people, provide value to other people, they're going to be more liable to exchange their energy with you, right? Their energy being currency, right? So you can begin to make money from making yourself an asset. All right, so I hope that this makes sense, y'all. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this, go ahead and hit a like. I'm just practicing bringing you guys more content more consistently. If this resonated with you, if this helped you, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment. Much love. We out.